Alright, we gotta unplug this. Hey everyone, welcome back to the farm. Life's getting pretty demanding these days. Between the constant keeping up with firewood and our eggs, it gets to be a struggle just to keep up. But somehow we're managing. Today's video, we're going to talk about the demand for our eggs since the recent prices in the grocery store have gone through the roof. And we're also going to talk about our struggles possibly this year with broiler chickens with the onset of bird flu again. And then I'm going to show you a little bit what I've been up to. Well, that's all that's left in this crate for firewood. About a month ago, we had a real nice stretch of weather, and I have, I don't know, 8 or 10 of these. No, even more than that. I think I got 12 of these wire metal crates I bought last year for a different project. And all our firewood sits outside, and in the wintertime it can be a real chore to find good dry firewood. So we had a nice stretch. I went out, I said, you know, I see a lot of other people filling these IBC tote crates with firewood. So I filled one up and I put it inside the bottom of the old barn, and it worked out pretty well so far. Pick it up, bring it down here. This is our wood box. It can fit about a face cord of firewood in it. The nice part is I can fill it from the outside. On the inside, there's a set of double doors right next to the wood stove. So there's virtually no mess inside the house. I don't have to carry firewood in and out throughout the whole house all winter long. It works really, really well. This was my dad's design when he built this living room. He put this wood box on here, and it's been a lifesaver. I know for me and for him over the years. I know we have used a lot more firewood this year than we have in the past. Part of that's with me being home now in the middle of the day. In between bus runs, I'll start a fire just about every single day. So that just means more firewood that I'm going to have to cut and split later on this year. But that's alright. Burning firewood's a heck of a lot cheaper than fuel oil. And it's good exercise too. I gotta go down and give the old ladies a little bit of a pep talk. It's no secret that the price of eggs at the grocery store has gone through the roof. pretty much insane if you ask me. But we all know why that is. So the other day I put out on a couple of our local social media outlets that we had some eggs available, and the demand we had and the response we had from that was completely out of this world. Nothing I expected, to the point where we sold everything we had in just a couple hours, and we started making a waiting list for people, and that got to be a page long. So finally after that we decided no more, we're not taking any more orders. We wanted to be able to supply the existing customers along with these new ones and not overwhelm ourselves. So that's a good problem to have. Our prices stayed the same. We didn't raise them up based on what the markets are doing. You know, we know what it costs us to raise our birds, feed them, and produce that egg. So we kept everything the same. And the only thing we're hoping is maybe we'll have generated a few new customers out of this. Once the grocery store prices come back down, they'll stick with us because they like what they're tasting from our farm better than what they get at the grocery store. Now let's see what the ladies have given us today so far. One just ran away with a broken one. Well, is there any underneath you? None yet. Look at that, even a couple on the shavings bag. What do we got? 7 today so far? Yep. Alright ladies, I'll check back later. You stay in there. I've been coming down twice a day to collect eggs, just to kind of see where we're at and to cut down on the amount of cracked eggs from the chickens sitting on them, stepping on them, whatever, in and out of the hen boxes. So far it seems to be working pretty good. So, well, it's time to put another round bale out for these ladies. They pretty well cleaned up the one that was out there. And they're standing here letting me know they want a new one. We make 4x4 round bales here on our farm. We bale everything ourselves. We don't hire anything out. We have all older equipment that we make our round bales with, but works really well. I'm coming. And we put all our used baler twine over here in this garbage toter, where it waits for a day we can use it to start a fire with. They're pretty impatient today, but I guess they're like that every day. So in the last video, we were getting everything ready to grind feed. Well, we got our feed ground. I didn't get any footage of it. We were kind of in a time crunch with the weather, and I wanted to make sure we got it done. And quite frankly, I didn't have enough time to mess around with the camera and get all the cool shots and everything. So we just hurried up and got it done, and I'm glad we did, because a half an hour after we got done grinding feed and got everything all put away, it started to snow pretty good. And besides, we got enough other feed grinding videos. If you really want to check them out, go back in the video library. There's a couple of them you'll find. So one day last week when I came home in between bus runs, I had an itch. I wanted to get the excavator out and do something with it. Now that's pretty interesting. There's deer tracks. They go right inside the cow pasture, right inside the yard. They come out and they go that way. Huh. Okay, so where was I? That's right. I came home and I had an itch. I wanted to play with the excavator a little bit. So I got it out and I came over here to the backside of the barnyard where the cows are, and I started taking more trees down. So I started knocking them over, uprooting them. Then I came out here with the chainsaw, cut them all up. That's a scrap wood pile. That's going to go over on the big brush pile. These few logs here are ones that I'm going to put over on the log pile to cut up for firewood. So I was out here playing just a little bit. I got a few more right here I want to get rid of sometime. And then this whole area will be clear and I can move on with what I wanted to do here. But I had an itch and I wanted to play with the excavator. Yeah, we better plug this back in. We don't want the old girls to get out. Alright, now that we got chores all done, we got feed ground. We did that last week. What else did we do? I feel like there's something missing. Oh yeah, wait a minute. There used to be a tree standing here. Well, we decided to take that down. I've been wanting to do it for a little while. The old locust tree's been leaning that way for a while, and I've been worried about it uprooting and taking out our fence line. So my neighbor texted me out of a whim the other day and said it'd be a perfect day to do it, and I said let's get it done. So he come over with his John Deere and his log skidder that goes on the back, and we hooked high on it with a cable, notched it and pulled it away, and it dropped right over here. And I got the excavator out, we limbed it all up, got all the brush off of it, and I said he could have it. He was going to use it for his outside wood boiler, so he hooked on it, dragged it over to his place, and we don't have a mess to clean up. So it was a good time to do it, so I'm glad he thought of it. Earlier in the video, I said how our eggs are in high demand, and that's a good problem to have. Well, on the flip side of that, I went to place our yearly meat chicken order, and from the hatchery that I normally use, and the type of breed we use is a commercial Cornish Cross breed. It's the same chicken that you would purchase in the grocery store. They're a fast growing bird. From baby chick to 6 to 8 weeks old is usually the time frame for finishing the birds out. Well, with the bird flu issue that's going on, the male birds were none to be had. They were already all pre-sold through the end of September with the hatchery we use. I got looking at a couple other hatcheries and some were worse off than that. So that kind of forced me to look at other options. So we ended up placing an order for female birds this year. So we're gonna have to wait and see how those pan out. A couple different things. Hopefully we'll be able to get the birds. Two, we don't know how the females finish out compared to the males. I have some speculations. I've talked to a few different people that have raised them. They say that, you know, it usually takes the females another week or so longer. That means more feed. But in the end, you can still get the same weight out of them. So we'll just have to wait and see. But hopefully we won't run into a predicament where these pasture boxes will be sitting empty all summer long. That wouldn't be a good thing for our farm. All right, the last thing on the agenda for today is a square bale for the calves. I think we'll get that one. Before I close this video out, I wanted to give a little update on the Farmall 460 project here. The update is I bought a new tractor. Well, sort of. I bought a new parts tractor. The idea is I got looking online and found parts that were available but rather expensive. Well, I ran across an individual that happened to have a 460 that he wanted to parts out. The only kicker with this tractor is it's not a row crop tractor like this one, it's a utility tractor. I did some research online, and nearest I can tell, I'm about 99% positive that all the PTO parts at least that I need are compatible from the row crop version to the utility version. So I kind of went out on a leap of faith, and the price was right, so I bought the whole tractor. It's a gas tractor just like this, so a lot of the engine parts should be the same as well. So we're gonna get it home and we're gonna get it tore down so that way I can get the PTO parts out of it that I need and see if those are indeed the same. That tractor doesn't have a torque amplifier, it's got a forward reverser on it, so we're gonna have to do something with this torque amplifier. So we will be tearing that thing apart here at some point and going through it. But for the meantime, this project's still sort of on hold, but yet we're making a little bit of forward progress with it. So if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you like our channel, as always, we ask you to subscribe. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.